It helps if you turn the audio on. Can you guys hear me okay? Those of you that are watching live, how we doing? Welcome to Coffee with a Killer. If this is your first time, what I do is I jump in for 10, 15, 20 minutes and I try to share a little bit of what I've learned over the past 15 years being self-employed, being an entrepreneur, real estate, day trading, coaching, consulting, all of that stuff. So we'll go through a couple different topics here, assuming you guys can hear me. Hear me okay? Dennis says you can hear me. And yeah, beautiful. So what I want to talk about today, I'll share my screen here so you guys can kind of be on the same page here. What I want to talk about today is this very strange phenomena that people have when it comes to progress, when it comes to them trying to get closer to their goal. A lot of times what I see is, I'll talk to somebody in 2023 and they'll be waiting for this magical unicorn thing to happen before they start, right? Or they'll look at it a little bit like this and they'll say, look, man, like I'm trying to get to here. This is my goal. Why it's doing that, I don't know. Here's my goal. And this bad boy is at the top of a very, very long, hard climb in order to get there. And because I feel like I'm down here, I'm not going to start because it seems too small. Let's just say that this is their start. This seems too small. So I'm going to wait until I've accomplished blank. I've made more money. I have gotten more established. There's some made up, like, esoteric thing that if I don't accomplish that first, I'm not going to start. I made a post on Facebook that said, if you only add $100 to your name and I offered you 5% a month, most people would not do that because that is $5. Why this is being so strange for me, I don't know. Dollars. I got $5 a month. And I'm not going to do that because that is just straight up crazy. Why would I ever give up $100 in order to try to accomplish, something, some sort of a start? Problem is that 5% a month is like a stupid great ROI. That's 60% a year. And if you just did that and compounded for a couple of years, you would never have financial problems again. So the $5 part is too small. Doesn't seem appealing to me. It's too small. Pretty sure I hate this drawing software. Somebody remind me to not use this drawing software next time. So they view their goal as so far away, and they view what they have now to be so insignificant that it doesn't even make sense for them to put it to work. It doesn't even make sense for me to start with $100 because I'm only going to get $5. The ROI seems so small, and what they're giving up to them, seemingly in their head, the $100 is too big. Okay, my reward small, what I'm losing big. Again, if you just did that for a very, very short period of time, you would be financially free. So what we do is we hold on to that 100 in case we need it. Well, what if I get a flat tire, man? What if I get sick and can't go to work for a couple days and I need that extra $100? What if? Okay, you never actually use $100 for anything significant. Okay, and now you have moved 0% closer to your goal. Does that make sense? So it's almost as if, and this is a huge fallacy, it's almost as if the $100 is not replaceable, or $1,000 or 10,000. we view that as it was so hard to come by. If I lose it or if I give it up, it's so hard to get it back. When the reality is that you could get that back in a day. I always challenge people that say, man, I don't have the money. Dude, why don't you go pretend this is 2 days ago? Why don't you just go shovel a couple driveways, like your neighbor's driveways? Make $100. Yeah, well, or if you were adding, let's say you started and you were adding $100, adding $100, adding $100. You know how fast you would expedite your financial freedom if you just humble yourself for the next 5 snows. You would expedite. I could show you guys, like, let me show you guys on actual paper. I'll show you. I am looking for the calculator site. So let's just say, let's see if this will work for me today. Let's just say that you humbled yourself, which most people aren't going to do. Let's be real. Most people aren't going to do this. Let's just say you did. And let's say that you are, hopefully this is sharing. Let's just say you're starting with a couple bucks. $100. 5% a month. Let's say you compound it frequency, monthly. Okay, let's just check this out. Okay, $1,800, etc., etc. If you just started adding money to that, like if you would humble yourself and just add $100, maybe you say no to going out to the restaurant, you say no to this, you say no to that. Your 1,800 just turned into 37,000. Let's say you can just do this bi-weekly. Add $100. 78,000. This is what blows my mind about this stuff is like, that is such a, you're like 78 grand. And it's so far away, and what you have to give seems so small that you never do it and you never get the 78 grand. Right? Like I've shared this with all sorts of people. Like when I was starting out, like I shoveled dog shit. I mowed some yards. I did some painting. I did this. I did that to get the capital that I needed to get financially free. I had to humble myself. You think being a business owner or a CEO, this is way back in the beginning, but you think that it wasn't embarrassing picking up dog poop, painting a neighbor's garage? Like I had to do that, and I got the money that I needed. I invested it, and I got financially free a decade plus ago. So when I talk to people, and they're like, yeah, man, I really, 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 really want to do this, but I'm going to just go ahead and cancel because I don't have the $100 or the 200 or 500. Like, unless something changes, this individual will never get free, whether it's with me or anywhere else. Are you sure there's no way you can come up with $100? No. Okay. Are you willing to go out and create $100? Just cancel. No, hold on. I asked you a question. Are you willing to go out and create the $100? They just respond back with one word: cancel. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Anybody home? And it's not about the $100. It's about the mentality of I'm not willing to do or create in order to accomplish what I want to accomplish. It blows my mind. Like, we're not even on the same planet. I come from planet like I'll work my ass off to get financially free. Some people come from planet of I'm not even going to answer your question. Okay? So my point here, and what I'm trying to get over, I'm probably butchering this. It's Friday. What I'm trying to get across to you guys is, even if you're starting small, like, just do it. You've got to get money away from yourself. Okay? I'm the type of guy, maybe you guys are like me. I'm the type of guy where, dude, if I got 5K, like, I'm gonna go do something with it. Go on a trip, I'm gonna spend it, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna buy some stuff that I'll convince myself I need. Anybody else relate to that? I'm the dude that's like, it's 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, I could order another dinner. Is anybody else like spontaneous like that with your money? So you've got to get money away from you. That's why I love stuff like uh, Havila and like the digital gold and even the physical gold, because you can just set it up on auto pay. Right now, I'm not even thinking about it. It's just happening. I'm just building something in the background. Josh mentioned the other day that, maybe it was today, he's passing prop firms and then getting them away from himself. He's putting distance between him and the thing. Guys, we got to do that with our money, because there's a lot of broke people with the newest iPhone. There's a lot of broke people that, let's just say, they're not skinny. Know what I'm saying? There's a lot of overweight people that say they don't have any money. And it's not the end of the world. Like, I'm not saying you guys can't go out and buy stuff. I'm saying distance yourself from the money. Out of sight, out of mind. If I'm walking around with $50 in my pocket, it's really easy for me to grab that $50 and convince myself that I need to buy something. If it's not in my pocket, there's zero chance of me spending that $50, right? So I don't care how small you're starting. Even $100, like, look at my screen, even $100 can get you to 78,000 plus quickly. And that's 5% a month. Okay, well, what if this was 10%, 15%? We got people, last month, we got people 100% on one of the ones. Okay, 78 turns into 6.7 million. You see how such a small tweak, you went from 68,000 to almost 7 million. Small frickin' adjustments to how you think. Small little things make massive, in this case, millions of dollars. Now, this isn't 50 years, this is 5 years. And this isn't my opinion, this is math. Yeah, well, dude, you're extorting the numbers. Not my numbers. It's $100, okay? And then I put the bi-weekly, add another 100. I don't know what your pay schedule is. I don't know. But if you just did this, and if you could, over time, consistently accomplish 15%, this is the reality. You know that your weighted ROI is like 438,000%? So don't let the emotion of, I don't have much, like, don't let that stop you. Okay? You have something. You can start somewhere. Okay? You have something. You can start somewhere. And if you're saying, dude, I don't even have $100, Jordan, I want you to do this. Okay? There's 8 people on here. Is anybody willing to do what I'm about to suggest? So if I can get 4 of you to say yes, I'll share this with you. 4 people say yes, I'm willing to try it. Don't worry, it won't cost you anything. It's like it's gonna take you 5 seconds. There's a delay, so I'll give it a second. Alex said, this is why I love the digital gold from Havila Play that you had shed light on, being able to immediately loan yourself up to 50%. Yeah. Okay, two more people. Guys, I'm not like oblivious to the fact that like times are hard. Like times are not just hard for you. Times are hard for myself and Josh and Joel. Like the economy's jacked up. Inflation's up. Like I'm not under this impression that like everyone's just balling financially. Not That's not where I'm at. 3 is good enough. Whatever. If you feel like you don't have any place to start, you feel like you don't even have $100, which is the scenario that we're using, I want you to do this. Either next time you do it now, or next time you're at our house, I want you to do this. If you guys can see me. Assuming you guys can see me, what I did, I just went in a circle, assuming you can see me. And if you just look around, I'm gonna just word vomit here for a second to show you how easy this is. Here's a camera, there's a camera, here's a camera, here's a computer, here's a keyboard, a mouse, here's a TV back here, here's 8 computers, there's a figurine, there's a Netgear box, here's some chairs, there's a brand new fan. Here is an audio box gig. Below that is a sound processor. There's about 14 electrical cords here that we're not using. There's an extra computer here that I'm not using. 2 more chairs, 3 more chairs there, another fan, an iPad, some really, really cool footstool. Any one of those things could be sold for $100. Sell that for $100. Can sell this for $100. Like you guys get my point. Like there's so much stuff in your house, in your garage, in your life that you don't need. Well, I don't have any money. Let's cancel 4 subscriptions that you probably aren't even using. You'll have money next month. So I don't care how small you start, but by golly, gosh darn it, start somewhere. You can't have it both ways. You can't be broke and picky. You can't be broke and stingy. You can't be like one has to give. You can't be broke and unwilling to go shovel snow. You can't be broke and unwilling to sell some random thing that you've never used in your house. You can't have it both ways. And if you're going to be broke and not be willing to do anything about it, well, shame on you if you're complaining about being broke. The solution's right freaking here. It's right. I just showed you 20 examples of things. All of these things could be sold. You have more stuff than me. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Jaren's been shoveling after 10-hour workdays for extra cash. Exactly. And like, dude, like, Jaren, like, this is just a season, man. It's just a season. It's not going to be your whole life. Like, sacrifice up front now for what you want. Does that make sense? That's all I got for you guys. Don't be that guy or that girl that is struggling in some way, shape, or form, but is not willing to start somewhere. It doesn't have to be massive money. It could be $100. In this example, look, $100 goes into 6.7 million. But that you get 0% of that if you don't start somewhere. Cool. All right, guys, I'm out. If you guys are going to be around, we got VIP after hours at 1 o'clock. Make sure you guys are tuned in there. If you guys are not a part of our community, check it out on Discord. There's a link in the bio here. Make sure you guys check it out. But hopefully this hits home with somebody, especially if you feel like what you have is so insignificant to start with. And that's why you don't start. It's a lie. Just start somewhere, guys. All right, people. We'll catch you next week.